All right, today we're jumping right into a really key part of the story, that perilous 3-day journey to the Crystal Kingdom. We're going to talk about the threats they couldn't see, the brutal fights they had to endure, and that incredible arrival, which, as you'll see, wasn't really the end at all. So let's get right to it. Yeah, this quote, it just hits you, doesn't it? It sets the tone perfectly. This is not some happy-go-lucky adventure. Things are heavy, they're tense, and it all kicks off right after our main guy, Cedric, gets some absolutely world-shattering news. So, picture this. The group's leaving a town called Appledern, but you can just feel the tension in the air. It's thick. Cedric's just found out this awful truth about his dad, and he's just shut down. That kind of heavy personal grief, it doesn't just stay with him, it hangs over the entire group. So this trip, it's not just about getting from point A to point B. It's about figuring out how to move forward with this weight. Okay, so who's actually on this trip? Well, our core group has a couple of new faces. We've got Jeremiah, the blacksmith, and his son, William. Now, they're coming along for protection, sure, but there's more to it. Jeremiah will not let his son out of his sight. And that adds a whole new layer to the group, right? You get the muscle of a blacksmith, but you also get the heart in your throat fear of a dad trying to keep his kids safe. And this whole thing, it's basically a 3-day gauntlet. It's brutal. Day 1 is all in their heads, this unseen threat, this feeling of being watched. Then, boom, Day 2 just explodes into violence, a full-on physical attack. And finally, Day 3, if they make it, is their arrival. Let's break it down day by agonizing day. So let's start with Day 1, the watchful silence. Forget big action scenes for now. This is all about that slow, creeping dread, that feeling that something is very, very wrong. So they're moving through these forests that are starting to thin out, heading into rockier terrain. And nobody's really talking. You know that feeling? When every little sound, a twig snapping, leaves rustling, makes you jump out of your skin? That's where they're at. It's a quiet that feels loaded, like it's just waiting to explode. And then dusk starts to fall. This is where things really change. As they're setting up camp, that quiet alertness starts to, it starts to sour into real gut-twisting unease. They don't feel alone anymore. And that is way, way worse. And then they see it, the first solid proof they're not alone. There's no sound, no attack, just a glint, a pair of eyes, shining in the darkness, just beyond the reach of their campfire. Oh yeah, they are definitely being watched. And what makes this even creepier is that it's not just the people. You know how animals just know? The dogs they've rescued are going nuts, hackles up, growling into the darkness at things the humans can't even see. So yeah, that pretty much confirms it. Their fears are 100% real. Nobody's getting any sleep that night. So what is it? What's out there watching them from the dark? That's the question just hanging in the air all night long. It's that primal fear of the unknown, right? They make it through the night, but that dread, it doesn't go away with the sunrise. It sticks with them. All right, on to Day 2. And all that quiet tension from the first day, it's about to be blown to pieces. Welcome to the Feral Gauntlet. I mean, look at this contrast. It's night and day, literally. Day 1 was all mind games, right? The creepy silence, the feeling of being watched. Day 2? Nope. It's loud, it's brutal, and the threat is right in their faces, snarling and frothing. And here's the key thing you have to understand. This wasn't just a pack of wild dogs. The source material is clear. They were in unprovoked frenzies. Something was driving them absolutely insane. So our group is fighting for their lives, nonstop from morning till late afternoon. They're exhausted, blades are dull, tempers are shot, and then, just like that, it's over. They step across some kind of invisible line into this barren landscape, and everything goes dead silent again. So creepy. Okay, so after all of that, after that absolute nightmare, they make it to Day 3. And when the sun comes up, they see something, something breathtaking. Morning came. Simple as that. After all the chaos, all the fear, the sun rises. A new day. And maybe, just maybe, a little bit of hope. And there it is, on the horizon, the Crystal Kingdom. Wow, I mean, the description is just incredible. You've got this huge crystal tower in the middle, catching the sun like it's made of light. The walls themselves seem to have this faint inner glow, and these jewel-toned banners are just flowing in the breeze. It's pure magic, a city that looks like it was sung into existence. And that's it. The journey is done. By the middle of the day, they're not just looking at it from a distance, they are right there, standing at the gates. They're in an outer district they call the Coals. They actually did it. They made it. But you know how these things go. Getting there is never the end of the story, is it? That feeling of relief, of we made it? It probably lasted about 5 minutes before the weight of why came crashing back down. The journey over the mountains might be done, but their real mission, that's only just getting started. Yeah, let's not forget the whole point of this trip. They didn't go through all that just to see the sights. They have a mission, to warn the king and his council about a coming danger. Getting here alive, that was just the first step. Now they have to deal with politics and whatever dangers are lurking inside the city itself. And this line, this gives me chills. That thing, whatever it was, that was driving those animals mad, it's still out there. That invisible line they crossed was just a temporary safe zone. The threat wasn't beaten. It's just paused, biding its time. So that's where we leave them. They survived the road, this brutal physical test, but now they're walking into a whole new kind of danger, the politics of a royal court, all while that unknown enemy is still looming out there in the wilds. So I'll leave you with this question. What's the bigger threat? The monster you can see or the one you can't?